Hi everyone, welcome to DIY Ideas. Today I'm going to show you how you can do an awesome spring or summer scarf. So you can see here we have awesome colors, the texture is really nice, and it's going to be easy to make as well. So even if you're a beginner, I'm going to show you what I used and how I did it. So we did this in trebles and chains, and yeah, let's get started right away. Stay tuned. So the shawl I made out of the Fashion Corsica, so it's Mix and Knit Summer Edition. And yeah, you see on here all of the awesome colors that we have. I really like the mix. And yeah, I think it's 50% cotton, let me see, yep, and 50% nylon. It's 50 grams or 120 meters per ball. And here I took a little bit out of the middle out, and we're gonna find the beginning there, and I just wanted to show you one more time what the colors were. So we have some blue shades, lighter and darker, some purplish shades here, a little bit of yellow, red and orange. So yeah, all kinds of colors in here. So let's get started. I'm looking for the beginning. Okay, so let's get started. I have here the 6mm hook, and we're gonna get started by doing 5 or 6 chains to start with. So first we need a slip knot and then 6 chains. Oops. Okay, 6. So the first 3 are actually for the height of the treble, and then into the 4th from our hook we're gonna go in, and we're going to do a treble there. So through 2 and then through 2 again. Okay, so I did here a half treble, so we need through 2 and 2, and then we have a treble. So then we can start again with a yarn over into the next chain, and then again through 2 and 2 again, and that's a full treble. And then one last time, and we're going to have our first little box done. Okay, there we go. So that's 1 time 3 chains to replace the first treble and 3 more. So now we can get started again with 6 chains for our next row. Number 6 and turn. And then we're going to do the same. So you see here the 6 chains, into the 4th we go with a yarn over, and we're going to do a treble again. And you may notice the color change, the first one that we have, so we're going into this golden color. And we need one more treble here. And then one more. Okay, there we go. So we have the chains here and then the 3 trebles. So now I have these 2 boxes, and I want to connect them so that they're together. So I'm going to put them this way around, and I'm looking for my chains. So if you're unsure how to do this, then just make sure that in your first box the trebles are horizontal like this, and then these are vertical. So you need your chains basically on top because you're going to go through the chains instead of the trebles. So we just go in here and we do a little slip stitch. So you see here where the chains are, just go through and do a slip stitch. And that's it. We connected them, and now we can get to the second box in our second row. So the number of rows is always the same as the number of boxes in that row. So we're doing just 3 chains this time for the height, and then 3 trebles all around these chains from the first box. So this time it's super easy to find the spot where you need to go through. And yeah, when we do that, then we have our second row already done. So as I said, we have 2 boxes, which means that we're in row 2. So that's how you're always going to know where you're at. And yeah, we started with 1 packet or 1 box, whatever you want to call them, 1 square here on the bottom. So that's row number 1. And then row 2 has 2 boxes, and then row 3 is going to have 3 boxes on top. So let's get into the third row. So 6 chains for the height again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. turn, and then into the fourth again with the yarn over, do a treble, and then repeat 2 more times. Here with a slip stitch, connect, and then 3 chains around the same chains that we did the slip stitch at. We're going to do 3 trebles. Here is another color change, so we're turning to a darker purple, and yeah, we can get going with the last box. So again, a slip stitch, 3 chains, another color change, and 3 trebles here. So you can see here, out of the 2 boxes in the last row, we got 3 boxes in this third row, so that's exactly what we want. So here 1, 2, 3, and 4 are gonna be in our next row. So it's super easy, and this is how you keep increasing the number of rows as well as number of boxes. So let's do again 6 chains for the height, yarn over and turn, and then yarn over, and then 3 trebles. Three slip stitch, and then 3 chains, and then 3 trebles around the chains. And you can see this is super easy to do. So we're always going to stay with these little boxes that have 3 trebles and the chains at the beginning, and we're just going to keep going for as long as we have yarn or until we reach the size that we like, and you're going to get an awesome scarf. Okay, there we go, row number 4 and 4 boxes. So you can see color changes going on all over the place. It looks really fun, really playful. And yeah, it's really super easy. Now you already know how to continue. There's not going to be anything new going on from this point on. So you just do 1 row at a time, and until you have all of your yarn done or the size that you want. Then you're gonna get an awesome, I keep saying scarf, but it's actually a shawl. So I'll be back with an update. Okay, you guys, so here is a little update, and you see here what I have for now. You have all of these awesome colors in front of you. I think it looks wonderful already. And yeah, the wool itself is super soft. It's really easy to work with. It just glides with the hook, and I'm really happy with the way this is turning out. So this is a pretty light scarf, a pretty light shawl, and I think it's perfect for the upcoming spring and summer if the evenings get a little bit cooler depending on where you live. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going like this, and I'm gonna show you what the entire scarf looks like when I'm completely done, so stay tuned for that. So 2 spools later, this is what I have. This is my entire shawl, and I'm satisfied with the size. I wanted to show you what the ending looks like. So I have a little bit of the turquoise blue, greenish shade, and then the purple at the end. This is all that I have to weave in, this little end here. So I pulled it out, tightened it, and you can short it if it's too long. This is 150 centimeters in length on its longest side, and I think this edge looks really lovely with the zigzag pattern. So yeah, this is the ending. If you have 2 spools like I do, then it's going to be 150 grams total, but you can do more or less depending on the size that you want. So yeah, this is the first scarf. Now stay tuned for the next one, and then I'm gonna show you what I did there. So we're gonna do 4 scarves today, and it's gonna be an awesome video. So yeah, stay tuned and you'll see what I did and what I did it with. So welcome to the second part of today's video of the 4 scarves and shawls that we have. So this time I'm showing you a scarf in just one color, or a shawl. I keep saying scarf, I apologize. So yeah, this is a little bit lighter this time than the last one, but it still looks wonderful, and it's a little bit bigger, I think. But yeah, let's get started and I'll show you what kind of yarn I used and what kind of hook. So we have from Rico Design the Creative Fluffily Wool, and it's 150 grams, 420 meters. It's 40% cotton and then 30% polyester, 20% acrylic, and 10% wool. So you can wash it at 30 degrees Celsius, and you see all of the other labels on top as well. It's for a 4mm hook, but this time I'm doing it a little bit differently. So I have here my 9mm hook, my big one, because I want to have it a little bit looser and lighter so that I can wear it in the spring. So let's get started. I'm taking the middle out, I'm doing a slip knot, and then we can get started with some chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you see how big these chains are, and that's exactly what I want. So yeah, yarn over into the 4th one, and I'm gonna go in and do a treble, and then I'm gonna repeat that 2 more times. So 3 trebles total. And you see how large this first box is. So let's continue again, 6 chains for the height, then you can turn, and then we're going to start the new row. So each new row starts with 6 chains. And then we're again doing 3 trebles. So now I'm going to connect it. You see that it's just next to each other, but I want 2 ends connected. So I'm doing a slip stitch around the chains here, and then we need another box. 3 chains for the height, 3 trebles. Two boxes, which means row number 2 is done. So now we're doing 6 chains since we're starting a new row. There we go, 1 more treble, and then the first box in our 3rd row is done. Then connect with a slip stitch. And 3 chains, 3 trebles around the chains on the bottom. This is super light and it's going to stay this way, and you already know what the pattern looks like since we're not going to do anything new from this point on, but I'll show you a couple more. So slip stitch here to connect, and 1 more box is needed for the 3rd row. So 3 chains, 3 trebles. We're done with the 3rd row, and make sure your hook stays where it's supposed to be. So yeah, you see here how big this is. This is as big as my hand already. And yeah, pretty big holes, a pretty nice pattern and a nice texture, but still pretty light so that you can wear it even if the weather is a little bit warmer. So we're gonna start with row number 4, but you already know what to do. 6 chains for the height, then turn and do 3 trebles. Three trebles, as I said, and then we're going to connect them. There we go, and the rest of the row is just 3 chains for the height, and then 3 trebles, connect with a slip stitch, and repeat. And yeah, I'm going to do this for the entire row, and then I'm going to show you an update. Okay guys, so a couple rows later, this is what we have. So let's count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it's row number 8, and it's pretty big already. And you see this lovely shimmer. I hope it really looks wonderful. So I'm gonna do this a little bit more until I have the size that I want, and then I'm gonna show you an update with the finished shawl. Okay, so I have just a tiny bit of yarn left over, and then I'm gonna cut this out and cut this short and pull it out. And then all that we need to do is weave this in, and it's pretty practical here because you don't have to weave in a ton because we have such a big ball with a lot of yarn on it. So yeah, that's the pattern. You see the texture here, as I said, pretty light. Looks wonderful. It's not going to keep you too warm, but it's still going to keep you warm if the evenings get a little bit cooler. And yeah, I hope you guys like the way this looks. So as I said, it's a little bit bigger than the other scarf, the first one, so it's about 160 centimeters on its longest side. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, let me know in the comments. You can also shoot us a thumbs up, but also make sure to not leave just yet because we still have 2 more scarves or shawls to do. So stay tuned for that, and I'm going to show you what the next one looks like. So you guys, I'm showing you again a triangle scarf or a shawl, whatever you want to call it. So you have here these awesome coral red colors, shades, and it goes from the very bright one all the way to white, and there are all of the colors and shades in between. So this is 100 grams total, and yeah, super easy to make. I'm gonna show you what I did, with what I did it, and what needle I used. So stay tuned. So you guys, we have here the Mega color from Rico Design. So I love these really bright colors. So let's see the details. It's 100 grams, 250 meters, 80% acrylic, 20% wool, and it's for a 6 to 7 millimeter hook. And I'm gonna be using my 9 millimeter hook since it is a little bit looser today, or we want it a little bit looser. So I took the middle out. That was super easy, and you see this white pinkish shade, something in between. So when I find the very beginning, we can get started. And I'm going to show you the structure of the yarn itself. So you see here we have 3 individual pieces that are put together. And yeah, the color changes actually happen one at a time, which is what makes them so soft and subtle. So that's exactly what we want today. And yeah, you see here we start with this, I think it's a pinkish shade, but a very light pink. And then we go darker and brighter all the way until we get to this very, I'm gonna call it coral red, but it actually matches my nail polish. Pretty cool. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm gonna move this to the side. So we're doing a slip knot. So I'm going to show you how to do the slip knot. So you see the middle is light, so we're starting with that, and we're going to end with the bright here. So anyway, let's get started with a slip knot. Okay, and then we're going to do 4 chains. Okay, so now fourth chain from the hook, and here we're doing a treble. So we yarn over, and then we're going to repeat that 2 more times. So it's all into the same spot, through 2 and through 2, and that's a treble. Okay, so we have here the chains, 3 for the height to replace the first treble, and then we have the 3 trebles in the same spot. So that's the entire first row now. And now we're gonna do another treble here to end. So this is gonna be one just to make sure that it's symmetrical with the beginning here. So we have a treble here at the end and three chains to replace the first treble. To make it symmetrical. So yeah, let's do 4 chains again. And now into this spot between the chains and the trebles, we're gonna do 3 trebles again. So we're doing triangle structures in every big spot that we have. So as I said, the chains that we have here they are, and then the 3 trebles there. Done. And now we need 1 chain to skip over this triangle section here, so the 3 trebles in the same spot. And now we're going to do a yarn over, and we're going to go after these 3 trebles in between the chains, again with 3 more trebles. Then a chain and another treble. And now I can show you the structure that's gonna stay this way. So we have first the 1 piece, then the chain in between, 3 trebles in the middle spot, so a chain and then 3 trebles again and chain treble. So that's exactly what we want. Now we need the 3rd row, so we're doing 4 chains, and then we can turn, and then we're gonna do a treble, or actually 3 here. Chain, and around here again 3 chains, 3 trebles, not chains. A chain comes afterwards. Then a chain to skip, and then again 3 trebles here. And then we're going to do a chain and a treble again into the same spot here to end the row. And then we have our row number 3 also done. So I can show you here, we have here 1 and then 2, and here on top 3. So that's how we always know which row we're in. And it's already pretty big, so it's as big as my hand, and we've just done 3 rows so far. So it's gonna get pretty large. And yeah, anyway, we can get started. So it's always the 4 chains at the beginning, then we're gonna do 3 trebles, chain 3 trebles, and we're gonna repeat that until the end. And then we do a chain and a treble extra to end the row. So it's gonna stay the same, and I'm gonna do that a couple more times. So here you always want to start with 4 chains, and then you want to do 1 chain and 3 trebles all the way. So just like I said, we end with a treble, but we start with 4 chains, or actually 3, to replace that. And yeah, here I have my ball, so I'm gonna do a little bit more of it and show you an update, and I hope to get to this red very soon. So stay tuned for an update. Okay, you guys, so you see here the gradient, and I want to show you what the color changes actually look like. So here is a little bit darker pink, and here is the color change. I was able to find the little knot, so this time we do have knots, and you see it's just the 1 thread of the 3 that changes at a time, which makes the color gradient really soft, really subtle, and the color change is not abrupt. So yeah, actually on the side, on the label, you can see, although in black and white, you can see the different shades or the brightness of the shades at least. So yeah, we started with the lightest one and then we have a couple shades in between until we get to the very brightest one. So anyway, I'm gonna show you how you're gonna do the color change. So basically you're not gonna be able to notice it at all. You can see the knot itself, but I'm gonna show you when you're working your trebles and chains, it's not gonna do anything or act weird or cause problems in any way. So you see here, I just went over it, and basically if I wasn't looking so closely, I wouldn't have noticed it at all. Anyway, let's start a new row again, 4 chains and then trebles again, and we continue. I did almost everything. I have not enough yarn for another row, so I'm going to stop here. And I'm doing the last 3 trebles, chain and treble, and then I can pull it out, tighten, weave in, and that's it. So let's do that really quick. There we go. Pull out, tighten a little bit. It's going to stay in place that way. And then we have this to weave in as well as the beginning. And I'm going to find that one and show you what it looks like. So that's all that we need. And I want to show you the color gradient, and I hope you can see all of the different shades. They really look wonderful on here. I'm really excited to wear this really soon. So you see here, it's pretty light, it's pretty fluffy, and it's just 100 grams in weight. So I even didn't use the entire ball, which means it's a little bit less, but I think it should be around the 100 grams. And I'm going to show you the label one more time. So we have the 100 grams per ball and the 250 meters, and that's enough for a really nice triangle scarf or shawl. So yeah, this is the awesome 3rd scarf, and we're gonna continue with our 4th one. So make sure to stay tuned and don't turn off the video just yet. We have one more to go for today. So if you guys enjoyed, feel free to shoot a thumbs up or let me in the comments. Let me know which one you liked the best. So let's move on to the last one for today. So you guys, the last scarf of today has awesome colors. It reminds me a little bit of mermaids. It's going to be really light. It's going to be a net pattern, so you're going to be able to wear it in a little bit warmer weather since it's super light. It's going to keep you warm, but not warm enough for the winter, so it is for a little bit warmer weather, summer and spring. So anyway, it's going to be super easy to make. It's going to be, as you can see, pretty fluffy, pretty loose. And I'm going to show you how I did it, what I used for it, and how you can do it all by yourself at home. So let's get right to it. If you want to see, stay tuned. So you guys, I have here a little bit of leftover yarn, to be honest. I don't have the label anymore, but here are the colors that we have, and it's these pastel colors. We're starting with the yellow, although I have most of it in blue. And yeah, we can get started right away. So we're doing 15 chains for our base. So the 15 chains are here, and that's the width of my scarf. So now I'm gonna take 3 more for the height, yarn over, and then into the 4th from the hook, or the 15th from the beginning, I'm gonna do a treble. Then I'm gonna do a chain after that, and then I'm gonna skip 1 chain on the bottom and do 1 treble again. And I'm going to keep repeating that. So 1 chain on top, skip 1 chain on the bottom, and then do 1 treble. And we're going to do that for the entire first row. Okay, so now we have here the last chain and the last treble to do. And then you can see here the first row. So let's again start the next one the same way. So we're doing chains for the height. And then around these chains, we're just going to do a treble. Then we're going to do a chain, and we're just going to skip over the treble and go underneath the chain here. So you don't need to go into the chain itself, rather just go into or underneath the chain instead. It's going to be a lot easier, and we're still getting great results. And you can see we're again repeating the same thing, super easy, so just chains and trebles today. And we're almost done with row number 2. And yeah, I can't wait for the color change. I'm really excited for that. But anyway, let's finish this off, and then I can show you what we have for our 2 rows. So it's getting pretty big pretty quickly, and that's a really good thing because we want to get done fast. And yeah, we're again doing chains for the height, then turn, do a treble around the chain of the last row, and chain and treble, and keep going like that again. And I'll be back with an update. And I'm now done with my leftovers. I don't have anything left. So you see here just a tiny bit, and I'm gonna pull this out and tighten. And this is the finished end. So we need to weave that in at the end and then the yellow at the beginning. And yeah, it's actually gotten pretty big for the amount of yarn that I had. I'm really excited about that. And you can see it's really light, so it's definitely something for summer or spring, definitely warmer weather. And you can see, yeah, how lovely this looks. I love the texture, and you can see all of the colors here. I hope I'm gonna do them justice, and you can see all of them on here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, the last one. Feel free to let me know in the comment section what you think of all of the 4 scarves and shawls, and let me know which one would be your favorite. Apart from that, if you enjoyed the channel, feel free to click on the subscribe button, and if you click on the notification bell, you're gonna get notified when we post something new. See you next time. Bye!